What does a real 500 million investor fund look like? Spoiler alert, nothing like Quantum Ventures. Goliath Ventures. You would get it right. Did you know that they promise 60% annual return from liquidity pools and currency swaps? But there's no CIO, no trader, no tech team, and their finance department, well, just one bookkeeper. One bookkeeper. What's a bookkeeper? One bookkeeper with a psychology degree. My name is Danny DeHeck. I'm an investigative journalist. I've been featured in the New York Times, in a Bloomberg documentary, and also the Guardian newspaper. Today, wherever you are on the planet, we're introducing our new blog, and it's a real humdinger, ladies and gentlemen. What's real quad funds look like versus Goliath Ventures, Florida Ponzi scheme. We're going to have a look at what a legitimate quad fund would actually have, and then compare it with the smoke and mirrors of Goliath Ventures. And by the end of it, you'll understand why it isn't investment management. It's performance theatre staged to disguise fraud. So stay tuned. And I'd like to add a couple of extra bits of flair. At the Vault 2025 conference, they did a public announcement. They now have a wardrobe stylist, which they include on their website. And they also have a new private security, some private security. He drinks at parties with the companies and lets them post their real location where they are all over the world, which is absolutely exciting. And we've got some new videos coming in. Why does it do that for? It's been misbehaving on itself. I'll just fix that up. Share screen, chat room. Which one is it? Share screen. Share screen. That one there. Right, make sure we get the right screen all on the window. It's that one there. Right. Now, I wanted to show you a couple of fun videos before we get started. Now, it is the 18th of September here in New Zealand, and right now, hopefully, Chris is realising he won't be able to board his plane if Homeland Security manage to do what they need to do to take his passport off him. But I think it's too late. Myself, I think once he's gone to Germany, that's the last we'll see of Chris in America, and it's unfortunately probably the last you're going to see of your investment, as we explained in our previous videos. But I wanted to play the videos. Now, this is the CEO of a company that between 250 to 500 million, we're guesstimating, he has taken from investors' funds. And this is what he does when he's at parties. And here he is with the fog machine, smoking cigars, and they're all walking around having a fantastic time. And this is what he'd be doing right now on his plane on the way to Germany, so we believe. Also, we've got this one here where they've bought copious amounts of alcohol, and you can see it here. And anyone that's in the what we call the glitz and the glamour lifestyle will know that that's not cheap champagne. Probably, I would not even want to guesstimate how much they cost. But that's what your CEO of your amazing company that can generate 60% return is doing with your money. And we did have one other photo, which I can't help myself and I have to bring up. This is all the fancy Nancy alcohols that he's been buying for all his fan club, including his head of security. So what is this? This is Christopher Diego when he was working at, I forgot the name of the place, but I thought it was written here, In-N-Out Burger. He's actually decided that he's going to make me a burger and serve it to me, but you can see I'm not impressed in that photo. But he actually got fired from In-N-Out Burger, which is a very sad story. And there's a YouTube video out there where he explains all about it, and it was something to do with some tickets for an Adele concert. He thought that his partner would like them more. I can't remember the full story exactly, but we've actually managed to archive that and put it into our system. So the first intro in this blog.
Trusting a man fired from an In-N-Out Burger for stealing to manage hundreds of millions is beyond reckless.
Yeah. So we've got a burger flipper who's now running a massive company that can make quintillions of dollars of money for you. You just need to give him your money. And he's obviously, as we've said in previous videos, he's not got any proof of any income streams. It's secret. He won't open his books to even lawyers. So I don't even believe he's got Nadia there. Who am I kidding? Of course he's got a bookkeeper. She'll be sitting down on the sofa with him, talking to him about psychology things, I believe.
Christopher Delgado of Orlando, FL claims to be a sophisticated investment fund generating 60% plus annual returns through currency swaps and liquidity pools.
Right. No, but nothing unusual with that statement. No, perfectly normal. Right. This is what they say.
They say they manage $250 to $500 million in investor capital, but the truth is stark. Goliath has none of the infrastructure, Quant traders, back office staff, compliance oversight, or professional sales team that any real fund of this size would require.
Yeah, in fact, I know that he's purchased some offices and he was renting them back to the person who sold the offices to him, and they're going to spend $5 or $6 million decking out the place, not for offices, but for a nice lounge, maybe similar to the London. Is it the London Tower? I've forgotten what they call that place. London building, the London Club. That's right. That's where all sorts of things happen. And we've also been researching the girlfriend. She used to be on the door welcoming people into the club, and we've got photos of her hanging out of her clothes, welcoming people into the club. So she's full of class, just saying.
If Goliath were legitimate, it would look like a Wall Street operation. Instead, here's what they actually have, and why anyone with even basic financial knowledge should have spotted this scam a mile away.
Yeah, I don't understand how I do this for a living. Been doing this for over 5 years now. And every scam I look into, I always wonder why people just trust me, bro, rather than go and have a wee looky look. We've had a big looky look. 10 full-time Avengers have been spending probably 10, 15 hours a day researching and finding information. And it's absolutely amazing. We even know where he gets his cars detailed at the moment, just saying. So we know everything about you, and we're writing to all these people, including airlines, checking registration numbers, flight paths, flight details, ownerships of planes, you name it, we're doing it. All right, now the other one is I wanted to show you. I just wanted to go back to the blog, and I did have a mental. Oh, yes, the method of my madness in the blog that in the video that we're watching right now. You'll see that I actually put quite an extensive description. I don't know why YouTube do it, but there's a little tiny button called More at the bottom, and when you click down More, you'll actually find the actual link to the blog that I'm doing right now. And there's also things in there where you can actually support me if you want to show your appreciation for my work. I don't make a lot of money doing this, and I'm not doing it for the money, but I do need to keep the wolves away from the door. And I went to bed last night, thought I'll go to bed early, took my laptop with me. Never do that, ladies and gentlemen. And before I know it, it was 3:30 in the morning, and I'm thinking I've done it again. So we're spending a lot of time, but I'm not the only one. There's a team of Avengers. So if you want to buy us a cup of coffee, you can go to my website on the link, and you can click on here, and you can buy me a $5 cup of coffee. That'd be lovely. And people go, oh, he's begging for coffee. He's doing it for coffee. Well, I like coffee, and I think coffee's a good thing. So if you can support me, that would be awesome. But if you can't support me, that's fine. I get it. I'm not going to be insulted, and that's why I always say to people, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, because all YouTubers like that. Thank you very much. That's all you have to do is click that button, subscribe, and if you hit the bell, you'll get notified when new videos come out. Now, I've got some fans, and they're telling me that they're sitting here poised waiting for new Christopher videos to come out. And they said, every time you go live, I get notified. And it said, but because I want to remain anonymous, I'm not going to say hello in the chat room. So I'm talking to you guys, and I want to say thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. And like I always say, if you guys do subscribe, I like to clean the screen on your computer. So this is Sadie. She's my, she didn't work at any nightclub, unfortunately. She's been a hardworking girl, and she's actually a tradesperson window cleaner. And that's a good profession to have. I actually also do window cleaning every now and again for friends to earn a few extra dollars. And it's good to do some physical exercise. So if you've invested with Chris, no doubt, you probably need a psychologist, and you might need to go have a yarn to their bookkeeper. However, doing physical exercise is how I keep myself mentally prepared for doing these lives, because it's hard work. And last night I went out for a 5K run, ran like a demon, felt like I pushed myself to the limit of my physical fitness, and come back and it wasn't even my best time. So we all push hard sometimes, but we all need something to keep us sane. And, you know, I'll be honest, when I do these videos, it's hard to watch these people at parties with champagne treating people's money like it's water. Now, we're here to help the investors. So if you've invested, go to the website. On here, you'll find a link that says contact us, and you can click on the contact button, and there's a form where you can keep us anonymous. We want to hear from you. Also, you can make appointments with me if you like, or you can make a booking, express chat, and you can talk to me. It'll all be kept anonymous. We're not here to dob anyone in. We're here to find out, well, what we're really trying to do, our best job with, is stop Christopher spending your money before it's too late. And we have heard that he's got a couple of houses in Dubai and a Lamborghini sitting there waiting for him. So it looks like we're going to lose this one if we don't work really fast. And we'll be down to the hour before he gets in that plane if he hasn't already left the airport. Anyway, let's carry on.
Expect bounce checks, excuses, and silence. And don't be fooled by the CEO Christopher Delgado, his rented cars, or the staged photos with Trump, Kash Patel, the head of the FBI, and Speaker of the House Mike Johnson. That's not credibility, that's camouflage.
Yeah, I did actually send these photos off to Homeland Security yesterday, and they come back saying, thanks for that. Didn't know that. And I'm going, oh my goodness. And we lost a wee bit of faith there, but hopefully but this is Chris Diego shaking hands with the head of the FBI. Well, Chris, that's not going to help you. So have a close-up look at that. There's Chris sweating like a rapist as he shakes the hand to the head of the FBI. Isn't that incredible? Now, we heard rumors that he paid over $200,000 to actually get inside the White House. This is corruption 101. So, and the next thing is, this is the speaker. Is it Mike Johnson? I think it is. I might be saying that wrong, but he would be happy with that. Look at all the reporters, and there he is, smiling like a Cheshire cat because he's managed to get himself in the White House and hoping that's going to give him some credibility. Well, I'm hoping that these videos are also going to give you some credibility. We've been heard from a source that he's hired a New Zealand lawyer, and he's going to come after me hammer and tong, and he's going to pull down all my videos. Well, it's not my first rodeo, Christopher. Somebody 2 years ago was trying to sue me in the New Zealand High Court for $3.8 million. No doubt yours will come back and say, you've cost me $60 million, and you'll be trying to come after me. They finished up filing a discontinuance right at the end after pleading with us for a week if we would take down our videos and not go to court. They got trapped into going to New Zealand court. It's called a gag, trying to silence people. You should read the scolding letter. It's on my website from the judge, and they were ordered to pay for my fees. Not that they did, but that didn't matter because I ain't got no money. So if you're going after somebody to silence them because they're doing investigative journalism, bring it on. My lawyers were the best lawyers. Now, if you're wondering who my lawyers are, Christopher, take down your pen and paper. Here's your pen, and here's your piece of paper. There's your piece of paper there. Now, write down defamationlawyers.co.nz. They are the best lawyers in New Zealand. They are my lawyers. Well, they represented me last time. Hopefully they don't have a conflict of interest this time. All righty. Anyway, let's carry on. So we've, I think we read that, but for emphasis, I'm going to read it again.
Expect bounce checks, excuses, and silence. And don't be fooled by the CEO Christopher Delgado, his rented cars, or the staged photos with Trump, Kash Patel, the head of the FBI, and Speaker of the House Mike Johnson. That's not credibility, that's camouflage.
Are you kidding me, Chris? Is that your strategy? Oh, so you went there to get a photo of Trump. They obviously didn't work. You got one of Kash, well, I can't even say it, Kash Patel, and also Mike Johnson. Well done. That's good. That's going to increase your credibility there, isn't it? The other thing I was going to say that was something really interesting, but it's gone right out of Danny's brain just like that, is, yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, can't remember that one. Mustn't have been that exciting after all. Finance team. Oh, yes. So remember, we're doing comparison here. If you did have a real, what do they call it, investment fund, what would you expect to see versus Goliath Ventures? It's not the same, but let's have a listen. I'm going to do this whole paragraph in one go.
Finance team. A legitimate $500 million investment firm would have a chief financial officer, supported by controllers and treasury directors. These are highly credentialed professionals, CPAs, CFAs, or MBAs, often with Big Four or hedge fund experience. They oversee cash flows, value at risk, VAR, net asset value, NAV, calculations, and reporting to regulators.
Oh, that doesn't sound like them. But that's what you would expect to see, right? That's what you would expect to see. These big companies have all that. Not a bookkeeper that's got a psychology degree. Yeah. Now, as we said in yesterday's video, well, the day before probably. You know, oh, that's the other thing Chris was saying. I've remembered now. He was saying that my YouTube channel hasn't got the numbers, and he's not worried. He's not worried about Danny DeHeck and what he's doing to his company. I think that's so funny because we got the Homeland Security involved. And we've also written to Matt Birch's church, who's taken off all their content, all his photos. And we also wrote to the Indian Chamber of Commerce, and they removed all their content. Actually, they haven't removed all their content, funny enough, because they still have the logo on their website, but it doesn't click through. So we wrote to them again and we said, what's going on, guys? You've still got his logo on the homepage of your website. So let's have a wee look at that. Oh, it's still there. But all these other big names, real companies, these ones here, this one, this one, this one, this one, that one, all those click through. But when you come to Chris's logo and you click on it, nothing happens. It's not going nowhere. They don't want to represent him anymore. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, yeah. But don't worry, we're just a small-time YouTuber. You know, that's all I am, Chris. I'm not going to make any difference in your big company, am I? Bullshit. We have written to everybody, even though you're getting your cars detailed at the moment. You know, we've written to everybody. Ex-girlfriends, we've got about 6 different ex-girlfriends, the whole 9 yards. We're going through them one at a time. Seems like you burn bridges every time you go through a relationship, and you're still married. People are telling me they never knew that you were even going through a divorce, and you've got the divorce proceedings for 2 years. It's incredible. Anyway, let's not lose focus. We're looking at a real company and Goliath Ventures. Let's carry on. So what has Goliath Ventures got? Oh, it's a good one.
Goliath Ventures, they have a single bookkeeper,
Woo!
Nadia Bringas. Her
Woo!
degree is in psychology,
Oh.
not accounting or finance. On September 2nd, 2025, she dissolved her Florida bookkeeping company and reincorporated in Wyoming the very next day, the same shell game Goliath itself used to escape Florida oversight.
Oh, yeah. So we track that. So if you click on Florida, you can see here, you can click on all these links. You can see down here and you go down to here and it's a voluntary dissolution, awesome information, open source intelligence. Absolutely love it. Then you go, you trot off to Wyoming. This is where all the companies that I bust seem to think it's a great idea registering themselves in Wyoming. I don't know. But anyway, 2 days later, you can see all this, and you can go into these areas and you can see the filing, which is really cool. I haven't actually done this before. We should have done this before we did the video, but let's have a look and see if we can download that file, and we might even get a signature from it. Now we have downloaded it twice. Typical, isn't it? 1 minute, please, call. Let's see if this is going to work. Sometimes it doesn't work. Here it is. So we've got Bringas Bookkeeping Corporation. It's got all the registration. Nadia Bringas. Oh, and there's Mr. Samuels. We'll talk about him in a few minutes. We come down here. There should be a signature here. You'd think there'd be a signature. But in Wyoming, it doesn't really matter. You just, oh no, is that her? Secretary of State. And if you didn't know, in case you became an event, she has a power of attorney for Chris. So that's really cool. We've even been talking to your real estate agent, Chris. We've been talking to everybody. It's really good. She's been not very helpful, though. She's trying to cover up stuff, we think. Just saying. Oh, are we live? Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to say that. All right. So what have we got here? We've got Wyoming. So we also have Mr. Harry Samuels.
They also lean on Harry M. Samuels, who describes himself on LinkedIn as,
oh my God. I actually got ChatGPT to help tidy this up. And my Avengers have helped me put some of this information together, make sure we've got it right, because we don't want to get sued. But this is really funny because ChatGPT just wanted to put that part there in. And then we went back to it and said, this is, so let's just go, first of all, let's go to his LinkedIn, right? Which will be blocked. There he is. He's got his trophy. He likes ISO. And look, this is one of those photos when you look at it and you can't see them. Like, this is close up. This is pixelated for a reason. He doesn't even know how to upload an image, but he's standing there doing the fig leaf position. This is crazy. This is like bad 101. He's got 203 connections, and he's the guy that's doing all the registrations in Wyoming. And if you go down to this little wee paragraph here, we couldn't help ourselves. We had to put this in word for word. And he's the owner of Samuel's Accounting Service. He's been doing it for 46 years. Oh, he must be good then. So he's got himself set up really, really cool. But anyway, we wanted to emphasize what he claims he does because I just think it speaks for itself. Let's have a listen. You ready?
Samuel's Accounting Service is a specialized tax and business developmental practice with the main office in Ft. Lauderdale, FL, and a secondary office in Erie, company, our goal and focus is to teach our clients to maximize profit, reduce taxes, and to reinvest the tax savings into their self-directed future. We are aggressive in our approach, and we find all legal methods available to maximize profit and potential while minimizing taxes.
We are aggressive in our approach. We find all legal methods available to maximize your profit while minimizing your taxes. That's what you want from an accountant, right? Can you imagine a proper fund, 500 investment fund company telling you that their guy is trying to find every single loophole available to save you tax? I suppose that's what you really want, but you want to do things right. I always tell, like, my accountant's friggin' brilliant. Had him for ages. I used to own a business networking company, and all the accountants used to come along. I literally had the best accountant ever. He's amazing, and he always says to me, "We don't want to be right up on the line, Danny. We don't want to be drawing attention to yourself. So we want to be just a little bit back off the line, so you make sure you do things right and you don't raise any red flags." Okay, because you know how it is when you work from home like I do, and you say, "Oh, my whole house is, I can claim half of my rent." He goes, "No, you can't, because this blah 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 blah." But some people say, "Oh, they would never pull it up. They'll never pull up and measure up your house with a measuring tape. Don't you worry. We'll just go with it until we get told otherwise." We don't want shady people like that. I'm not saying this guy's shady. Well, that's just my opinion, but you can make up your own opinion. Would a proper investment fund have people like this associated to a company? Would you be happy? Like one guy handed over 15 million to Chris. Do you think he is happy? Yeah. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. One investor who's requested his money out probably about 6-7 days ago now hasn't heard anything. No, a big investor asked for his money back. Nothing. We have not heard anybody be successful at getting their money. And in fact, we've heard more information about Chris's party life.
When it comes to accounting, you don't want Saul Goodman, Breaking Bad, as your guy unless you're running a criminal enterprise. The fact that Samuels openly advertises an aggressive approach is a red flag.
Yeah. Like we walk into a room and you can always smell that smell if you smell that smell. In my game, I can read an email and it doesn't sound right, And when I see these sort of things, it doesn't sound right. Let's carry on.
Rather than an institutional-grade finance department, Goliath's entire finance team is one underqualified bookkeeper managing hundreds of millions.
Brilliant. Great idea. Save yourself a few dollars there, Chris. Don't know why other people don't do it. So here's a summary of those two individuals.
Both Bringus and Samuels are deeply complicit in the Ponzi scheme. Their roles will not protect them. Both are likely to face indictment and prison time.
Yeah, phrase so, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry, Miss Bringus. You try to hide yourself on social media, and you do a pretty good job, but not good enough, unfortunately. No. Oh, sorry about that.
Key contrast. Real firm equals CFO.
Ooh.
Controllers.
Ooh.
Treasury.
Ooh.
External auditors. Goliath equals one bookkeeper with no financial credentials, and Harry Samuels, who sounds like something out of a TV show.
Doesn't he? Oh, those 70 TV shows. I'm sure he was like really, really, really cool. Now, compliance and legal. I'm no lawyer. I'm not going to give you a disclaimer. I'm going to go with what I've got. So do your own due diligence, ladies and gentlemen. I just did give you a disclaimer. I contradicted what I said. Okay. I don't care. This is so funny. It's going to be fun. I can't wait. I love when I get these New Zealand lawyers coming to me. The last New Zealand lawyer that came to me basically finished up giving me something to post underneath the blog and decided to go away with their, how do you say with their, I forgot how it was, but I publicised the hell out of the lawyer on the internet for taking on the case. It was hilarious. And then another time, the lawyer who come to me, the New Zealand lawyer who tried to say that I've defamed their customer, because that's all they can do. I've defamed them. And then I go, well, what have I done? I've only used public information. Their partner was actually used to be somebody in my business networking company. And I went along to a conference and he was in the conference, and it was people in Australia trying to pitch an opportunity of a lifetime to the people in the audience. So I saw him there and I thought, oh, we're in a reconnaissance run. So I texted him, I said, don't invest in this. This is a scam. And he invested in it anyway. Literally the next day in the New Zealand papers, this such and such company exposed for running a scam to New Zealanders, and they're out of the country, taking everyone's money. So I texted him and said, "Did you invest?" And he goes, "Yeah, I did." And now he's trying to get his money back. That was a partner in the lawsuit that was trying to sue me last time, and they were stupid. And when I was in the High Court of New Zealand, I was trying to eyeball the lawyer. He wouldn't look at me in the eye, and I'm looking looking at him because Mr. Ben, if you're listening, it was such a joke. These guys don't want to be in the courtroom because then we asked for this thing called discovery, and discovery is a lot of fun. If you're going to cry defamation, then you need to prove how much money you've lost, and then we need to see your books. It's great. All right, let's go.
Goliath instead put Matt Burks in charge of compliance, while he also co-founded Wealth MD, a feeder fund pushing retirement money into Goliath, and ran Black Block, the supposed independent auditor. That makes him compliance chief, auditor, and sales distributor, all at once. This is clonery. Burks is a complicit criminal who fully knew this was a Ponzi scheme yet aggressively recruited victims. He will face a long prison sentence.
Yeah, unfortunately, Matt, we do think we're going to be hearing... I can't do this noise, but that is... I don't know if it goes through. Sometimes it doesn't go through the audio very well, but that is the cell door shutting. Now, we are going to have a quick look at that because I just want to show you we had a bit of technical difficulty when we streamed the video yesterday, and it's all been tidied up since. But if you go to the live section, you will see that we actually put this whole meeting online. And not only that, I went for a walk with Pixel because Pixel said he wanted... I didn't say the word walk, Pixel. I did. I said it again. But that means now you can click on view. And you can basically click to different sections and it will forward you to the sections that you want to look. So interesting enough, we're writing to Salesforce at the moment. So now we can click on that bit there and we can play this.
Requires a high level of security.
Yeah.
And for that reason, farming it out to Salesforce, including not being hostage to one programmer, but that they get to, all the money we pay them gets to go towards security and measures and paying people to try to hack their systems and protecting our client data.
This is another huge investment Chris has made, just FYI, to do this. So this is a big deal. Yes, Alex? It'll be branded Goliath to your question. And all the statements will be branded Goliath. There'll be professional statements that are produced, branded Goliath. Their portal, the portal will have a Goliath logo when you log in. So that, I think that's what you're asking. Yeah. Yes, it's not just going to be like a white page with numbers.
Yeah, so this meeting, this one video there that we've got, so that if you're wondering why I do this, I've actually streamed this live, put it on the internet, and then I've uploaded the video. So you'll see this video twice. I will bang a unedited version. But the real funny thing that we had great joy with, we've actually found this Mr. Curry guy. We've actually found that he's involved with so many things. So here he is, Life Financial, and then we've got him here, Life Financial again. I think under People. If you go to People, you'll see that he's in there. So we presume he's got something to do with Life Financial. We don't really know exactly. And what else did we get? Then we found him in this company called Taylor Financials, and no doubt they're watching me right now because we've contacted them all. And I thought, oh, is he in here? Is he in here? And you keep going down here, and then he's been removed. He's been removed. Ladies and gentlemen, they're doing Operation Cleanup. So Taylor Financial. The other day, we didn't need a screenshot because it's not really relevant, but he was in here as part of the company, which is a crack up. So this is the sort of things that are happening, guys. Everyone's doing Operation Cleanup. So I wonder if they've cleaned up this one. This is going to be funny. Let's see if they've cleaned up this one. And this was a more premium financial service. And he's been cleaned up there as well. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone's doing Operation Cleanup. But some funny things happened. And that was when we went to here. We actually found... Yes, here we go. We found him in the company photos, and we went use the archive.org, and there he is, second guy in here. And look at him. He's just, I don't know how to, I don't like when people go personal on me because I get called all sorts of names, but he just looks like a greaseball, and he's in so much shit, but we've got so much intel on him. We even found another photo because I think I went to town on him, and we started finding all the photos, screenshots, images. Did I put that in there? Oh, here it is. I think I've got him here. Yeah, he is. So there he is there. I'll make that bigger. And that's when he's with Taylor Financial there. So there he is at the back. He hasn't got so much grease in his hair then. But no, I'm not saying in any which way or form that Taylor... Boy, that logo does look like a lot like Goliath Ventures. So, but these guys, and the other thing, unfortunately, we couldn't find any registration for him. So he's not even registered, guys. He's not a regular financial advisor. I think we actually, I think I'll just have a wee quick look. We just did a bit of a background check on him, and we found that he's not a regulated financial advisor. We could be wrong, but these are actually we looked him up. He doesn't exist. It's just like unreal. So, these are all the companies that, so he's not registered, and we did a look up on both places that you can do a lookup to see if he's a financial advisor, and he doesn't exist. So this was February, this was recorded, which is just stupid. It's stupid and stupider. So the guy that was giving, we've got Matt Burke, who's meant to be an independent auditor working for BlackBlock and Wealth Management MD, yep. And then also Goliath, he's on the homepage, which is just ridiculous. And while we're here, we've got to have a look at the Goliath Ventures Inc. homepage. Oh, we did this the other day. Global Ventures instead of Goliath Ventures. But this was a nice professional website. No connection. So let's go to Goliath. That's better. Now, I wonder how I did that wrong. I spelled global wrong. So when we go to their About Us page, remember I said I do love looking at this because it does make me laugh. This is a WordPress website. I know. Oh, my website's WordPress, and look at me. I'm a professional. And what am I? I'm an investigative journalist, and I'm using WordPress. But you got a company here that's a big, massive company in the world of finance is using WordPress for their website. It just does not work that way. Anyway, so these are all the people. Matt Burke's still here. Surprisingly, they haven't removed him from here. It's been removed from his church page. These are all the other people. And then somewhere down here, we are going to, no, they haven't updated it yet. So it must be, if we go to Chris's page, I don't want to get distracted here. We'll go back to the blog in a second. The persons of interest. And now we're going to go to screenshots. I'm sure we had a picture of the new stylus, and look at the man, look at him walking at him, look at me, puffed up chest. He's had work done, just saying, but that's okay if you got work done. And I don't know the black guy, we don't know who the black guy, if you know anyone in these pictures that we flip through that we don't seem to know, do let us know, because we want to know. And we know that guy's a surgeon, he's invested, meant to be as lovely as pie, obviously innocent investment. We would love to hear from you as well. We saw this this picture. We've now named everyone in, except the guy with the shirt. We don't know who he is. Anyone know a guy that wears that shirt? Would love to know who he was. Alex, we know he got fired and rehired. He's his personal trainer. So all these things, we're sort of joining the dots. And this here, you can see beautiful photo here of Chris and his new stomach. That's really good. We can see them here in the offices where they're going to fit them all out, and all the people here and all that sort of stuff. So we've got a few photos. We're actually looking for everyone that's got, we're getting quite a few in, but we want everyone. We want the whole kit and caboodle. But anyone that's got one of those glass things there, those glass things are like really, really cool, because if you notice, they actually have people's names on them, and they give them to people that have invested. So that's pretty cool. Now I'm trying to think who else was on there. Oh, the stylist. Let's have a look at the stylist. So if we go to, I'll just go back here. I know you're watching guys like a hawk because you're thinking, oh, what's Danny got? Is my name on the board? Yeah, everyone's name's on the board. These are just persons of interest. These are not people who we believe not everyone here is naughty. A few people have asked to have their names removed for obvious reasons, but we're looking for the stylist because I think there she is. So this is the stylist, and she's world famous now. And if we look at photos, do I not? Oh, I haven't saved it. But anyway, there was I think it's on the LinkedIn page. We're losing the plot here a little bit. I'm just going to put another screen over there. That's cool. I'm just going to go to my LinkedIn, because I think if we go to LinkedIn, this is where it's really funny. Just make sure that I can put my LinkedIn on the screen. Yeah, rightio. I think we can. We need to go to Goliath. Goliath Ventures. I don't think they like us at the moment because we keep tagging them in posts. Okay, so I'm going to put this back now. 1 second, please, caller. So if we go to Goliath, it didn't work. Hold on, 1 minute. There we go. Oh, there we go. So we go to Goliath Ventures. Have a look at their LinkedIn page. You can see that they've been quite rampant at posting stuff. And one of the things they did post, which I thought was quite interesting. See, these are all the photos of Chris being the man, speaking at. Also, we found some CoffeeZilla videos about Patrick as well, which was actually quite exciting. Oh, where are we? Come on, guys. Make my life easier. It's not easy. Okay, so you never forget September 11. That was really nice of you guys to post that. Crypto Week at the White House, and that was where we got a lot of photos of him walking around prancing. There he is. The man paid $1 million to get that handshake. And there's the team all standing there with their fig leaf positions, getting their photos done. There might be 4 more photos here. Let's have a look. The man of the moment, Christopher, talking. He couldn't even explain what he did for a company. That was the funny thing. And there they are. Happy, 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 joy, joy. And there he is. He's not drinking alcohol there. That's unusual, Chris. What's wrong? He's got water. Ooh, must have been on detox. Who knows? All right, so let's go back and let's go back to more. But I wanted to see if we... Oh, yeah, I haven't seen this one before. This one looks good. Oh, look, everyone's opening champagne. What's this got to do with investments? Just saying. Oh, he must have been at the Royal Gala. Oh, there he is. A man from Borneo, I call him. No, thanks, don't want to invest. That's what that guy was saying. And look, cigars, good life, happy team, happy campers until Danny the Heck come along. Let's see. Oh, this is the one I wanted. Right, just wanted to show you this just to go off track for a bit. But we've got Chris Diego, Nick, and then we've got the new, they haven't updated their website yet. They can't afford to update their website. But you've got the stylist and the head of security added to their portfolio. So that's the big announcement after the Vault conference. And all these other people, any intel on these people will be much appreciated. But meet the team. We've interrogated the team. Right, and we're going to carry on sending out emails. So if you haven't got one yet, you'll probably get one in the next 48 hours if you're involved, and we'll give you a chance for a right reply and also an opportunity to be a whistleblower.
They also listed Matthew Malcams as Chief Compliance Officer for both Goliath and Black Block, obliterating any pretense of independence.
Yeah, so if you don't know who Matthew is, not him. Keeps going away. Matthew was in those photos, I think. Matthew, where are you going, Matthew? There he is. There, I think he's in there. Yeah, Matthew there. So he's the guy that ate the donuts. Let's just say that. That's not very nice, Danny. It doesn't matter how many donuts you eat. We should not discriminate against people.
And the only lawyer tied to Goliath, Eric Clayman, a Florida criminal defense attorney whose background is in DUI cases, not corporate law, not securities law, yet he's advising a firm claiming to manage nearly $500 million.
Now, this guy here has emailed me. He doesn't, he must be stupid if he's a lawyer. He doesn't know I've been emailing him. But anyway, if you are watching this. So this is Eric Clayman. And Eric Clayman is a hot shot lawyer. And I'm going to show you why that is. If you go to his YouTube, which is quite exciting, you can see him dressed up in a suit, talking really with a deep voice, which is really exciting. Oh, that's not his. That's not his video. We want to find his YouTube channel, which is even funnier. Okay, we're going to do it, guys. Sorry about this. Let's see down the bottom. He must have a link to his YouTube channel. Or is he too ashamed to put his YouTube channel on his website? That could be it. Oh, look, he's got people who have made money, got money back for him. Oh, that's cool. Oh, look, you do that with your client. You can put your arm around your client. Is that your client? Not guilty. All these people he's helped all these people. Not guilty, not guilty, not guilty. All from getting away with parking tickets and DUI drunken charges. All right, let's do this properly. Let's go Eric Clayman. Let's first of all go to YouTube. I love my job. Let's go Eric Clayton. I might bookmark it. That might make it easier. There he is. There he is, right there. And we will bookmark him. We'll go Control D on the keyboard, and I'll put him under. I'm going to put him there. I've got a little file here, YouTube, and I'll put him under. I just have a. I'm not saying you're running a Ponzi scheme, Eric, so don't sue me. But I like to put everyone that I think's a bit shady in a folder called Ponzi schemers, people that help people commit crime. So we looked at these videos, and this is him. Giving people a tip. This is tip number 2, and this is priceless, really.
Number 2 for dealing with the DUI is if they ask you to provide a breath sample.
Here we go. So if you get done for DUI, was it drunken charge? This is his advice, and this is one of Chris's many lawyers that he will need.
Number 2 for dealing with the DUI is if they ask you to provide a breath sample or a urine sample or a blood sample, 100%.
I'm sure he said. I'm sure he said breath sample, and I was going to say, what? Well, you might have to complain about that.
Refuse. Say no. If you do that, and it's the first time you're being investigated for a DUI, nothing is going to happen to you for the refusal. If you've had a prior refusal and you refuse again, you could be charged substantively with a crime for a refusal, which you could face up to a year in the county jail for. Absolutely refuse. If you refuse, you're not giving them any scientific data that they can use against you in trial to prove that you're guilty. I'll refer back to the sobriety exercises. That's really done based off of someone's opinion as to how someone's done. When you start dealing with a breath sample or a urine, now you're talking about toxicology, you're talking about medicine. It's a much more finite science. And if they have that, that's really hard to overcome in front of a jury. So why would you want to give that to them? Don't do it.
There you go. So if you get done, Chris, for drink driving, just make sure you ring up Clayton and just make sure you say nothing, and he'll help you get out of the charges, because he obviously likes representing those type of people, which is quite funny. Anyway, so what's the contrast with all that? So we've met Eric Clayton. We did talk about Morgan and Stanley. They were a proper bank. However, did we talk about them? We did. Yeah, so we were looking at Matthew. I don't know if we did do that one. Look, I don't know if we did, but I have to do it again now.
It's worth noting that Malcolm's worked at Morgan Stanley until March 2025, only to be hired by Goliath Ventures. This is fascinating because Morgan Stanley employees are already tied to the Goliath scheme, and the bank itself appears to have played a role in supercharging it. That Delgado would bring Malcolm's on board after his stints at USAA, and Morgan Stanley is telling.
Yeah, so I have to investigate that more, but we have, there's 3 banks involved that we know of so far, and we're on their tail, asking them the questions. We did read about Eric Clayton. Sorry if I repeated that paragraph. I'm getting ahead of myself here. It's not easy doing this, you know.
Key contrast. Real firm equals independent CCO, securities counsel, independent auditor, fund administrator. Goliath equals conflicted insiders and a DUI defense attorney.
Basic stuff, really, isn't it? Yes, but in Goliath, we don't need all that. Whoop, let's read it.
Goliath equals conflicted insiders and a DUI defense attorney.
Sorry, Eric. I'm sure that's a proper profession that you have.
Trading and investment team.
Right, here we go. Read this one.
At a genuine $500 million fund, you'd expect a chief investment officer, supported by senior portfolio managers, quantitative traders, and risk managers. These are typically Ivy League or MIT-trained PhDs with years of proven track records in FX swaps, derivatives, OTC trading, and blockchain strategies.
Right, just think about what that said, ladies and gentlemen. I know I'm reading it. Sometimes we drift off, like even I drift off listening to it, but I can't read very well. So I like to get it read so I don't miss words and mispronounce things and lose the emphasis of the argument. But I bold certain words which are really important. As you can see, there's bolded words there. So they are important words for you to. So we're looking at a normal investment fund company and Goliath. And we're asking, do they match up, or is one up here and one around my groin area, which you can't see, but down here is one doing that. So here's what has Goliath got? Like what assets have they got to be a, or don't use the word investment fund? Now, we noticed something really funny today, and I've got to mention this. We have got it here, and I'm going to go to Wealth Management MD. I think it's Wealth Management MD. So we go into here. Oops, we didn't go to the Netherlands. Sorry about that, Netherlands people. Didn't mean to expose you. We go to the Ponzi schemes and scams. We go to Wealth Management MD, and we go to the, is that their pitch deck? Nope, it's a document. That's no good. Pitch deck. Where's their pitch deck? PDFs. There it is. There it is. Look, I know where things are kept now. Getting pretty good in here. So you go to the end of their pitch deck, and they're telling people, you won't be able to read this, but if you want this information, please do let me know. But in their important information area, on the last page of their pitch deck, it condemns themselves. Because in here they mention investment, and then when they're at their seminar, they tell everyone, ooh, don't mention investment. Whoa, don't mention that word. As soon as you do that, all the red flags start. And if we get investigated, we're in the shit. So you got to watch your terminology. And remember I said yesterday, if it quacks like a duck and it walks like a duck, it's not a hedgehog, it's a freaking duck. All right? So they can hide with their words. But if you read the law about what an investment is, we talked about in yesterday's video, and I won't go into that, you can't keep quacking like a duck and then say you're not a duck. You're a duck. Ugh. All right, so here we go. 60% annual returns. That's all I saw. Let's go on.
A firm claiming 60% annual returns but employing no one in trading is as believable as an airline flying jumbo jets with no pilots.
It's coming though, isn't it? We're going to have drone airplanes. We're going to have a, was it an A320? No, was it A380? A380 flying through the skies with no pilots. Can you imagine that? This is your AI pilot speaking. Terrain. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Must lift the throttle up and take the airplane up to another level. Airplanes with no pilots, no such thing. Same thing here. They have nobody flying the plane. The plane, I don't want to say about the plane because we had a bad crash a wee while ago. Don't mention the word Dreamliner, but that's just, this is what we're doing, guys. We're flying, not only are we flying with no pilots, we're flying in the dark with no instruments, no way of gauging anything. They're using Salesforce, not for much longer, to manage their database because they don't want to handle all the complicated shit. Salesforce doesn't either, if you read their terms and conditions, but we've read quite thoroughly lately in the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger and his Avengers, the team of mighty warriors. Woo! Let's hear it for the Avengers. Put a 7 in the chat room if you love what the Avengers are doing. Support the Avengers. Oh, sorry, getting a bit charismatic today. Let's carry on. Here we go. Technology and engineering. Oh, it gets better.
Any firm claiming to run hundreds of millions through liquidity pools would need a serious tech division,
Yes.
a CTO, blockchain engineers, Quant developers, and cybersecurity staff. These are the people who build the infrastructure to safely move money and audit smart contracts.
So cybersecurity, he hired a security guy so he doesn't get knocked off, I suppose. And then he's at parties letting tell everyone where their location is. I tell you what, mate. What house are you going to live in Dubai, Chris? Eh? What have you had the cars, your Lamborghini decked out? Have you gone and got a $350 million Lamborghini and then spent another $100,000 or $150,000 getting it detailed to your liking, your specs? Who the hell do you think you are thinking that you have the right to do that? Who the hell are you, Chris? Who the hell are you? Who is the real burger flipping Chris Diego? What the hell were you thinking? This is like a what do you call it? Kamikaze pilot. You are just going for it until someone stops you. You are spending people's hard-earned money on boozing, women, nightclubs, houses, jet rides, for God's sake. Not millions of dollars on jet rides. Well, yes, millions, not a million, but millions of dollars you're spending. Investors' money, misappropriating funds. You are a fraud. You are committing fraud. And you have not done one thing to prove otherwise. Not one thing. You've written a PDF, actually you have done one. You wrote a PDF saying that I'm jealous. For God's sake, someone at the bottom of the planet in New Zealand is jealous of somebody on the other side of the world spending everyone's money like it's lolly water. Get a life.
Goliath has no CTO, no engineers, no developers, and no cybersecurity team. Despite boasting of cutting-edge DeFi operations, there is no evidence they have built, or even operate, real trading or custody systems.
Now, if you've been listening to me in my other sagas, I've actually... I'm just going to get my phone going because I'm actually going to see if I can ring Chris. That would be quite funny. See if he answers. So first of all, we'll try WhatsApp. I'm just trying to get I've just installed the new software. Here it is. Okay, so we need to find him on WhatsApp. And we will ring up Chris. And while we're ringing up Chris, we'll see if he answers. Because that would be funny, wouldn't it? He'll be on the plane. He might be able to... Christopher... Oh, so many messages coming in. What have we got? Christopher... Got to learn how to spell his name. Christopher... Oh my God, there's so many messages coming in. My phone is literally going all the time. It's just amazing. People are so amazing. You guys keep the information. I feel like I'm running a telethon. That's what it's like. So first of all, let's try ringing Chris on WhatsApp and see what happens. So here we go. It's ringing. No answer. Call again. We know if he hangs up. Can you guys hear that? He's going to hang up. No answer. That means he's hung up. So he is getting rung. So now we're going to call him on my normal phone. 1 minute, please. Caller. Contacts. Christopher. There he is. We'll ring him on a normal line. There we go. Let's see. We're going to ring him on a mobile, WhatsApp, Telegram, Signal. Right. So that should ring through on a cellular phone. Here we go. That's his phone number. I'm going to ring him a happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, Chris.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 760780178 is not available.
Oh.
At the tone, please record
Okay.
your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hello, Chris. It's Danny. I just want to sing you happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. I ain't going to do all of it because you don't deserve all of it. Anyway, I want to leave a message. This is Danny the Heck, a.k.a. the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger and the Avengers. Could you please return this call? We have a few questions we would like to ask you. Thank you. Have a happy birthday. Are you in the aeroplane? Are you? Is it registered? Just want to know whether it's registered with the FCCA. Just ask that question to the pilot if you wouldn't mind. And if the pilot looks a lot like me, well, there's a reason for that. Have a great day. Happy birthday, mate. Enjoy Munich. Woo! Party time. Can't wait to see the videos. All right, that's a bit naughty. 7777. All righty. So, no, Chris doesn't want to talk to us. And just for shits and giggles, let's do it one more time on the WhatsApp because he's literally hanging up on that because I know how WhatsApp works. I'll have a coffee. See what he says. He's ringing. It's ringing. He's going to answer it. 777. Oh, come on, Chris. Answer the phone. I know you're watching. Play the game. Answer the phone, Chris. Come on, Chris. Answer the phone. Thanks for that screenshot, Earl. No, Chris doesn't want to answer, but he is letting it ring. He must be listening to my message. Happy birthday to you. No, Chris doesn't want to ring. Now, somebody's just asked me if I can remove their name from the persons of interest list. And I understand that, yes, you don't want your name. But unfortunately, if you have invested in Goliath Ventures, and even if you have got your money back, and even if you have provided us information and receipts, we cannot remove your name from the persons of interest list. Now, just to be 100% clear, just because you're on that list and those names are available does not mean that you are committing any crime of any sort. It is just because you have handled money, received services. We've even got the stylus on the person of interest list. We've currently got, I think, 52 people, and we've got about another 10 people to add. We're doing a full-on in-depth investigation. We are helping Homeland Security with the investigation and also other government agents. So I'm sorry if your name's on there. I know people are going, oh, look, it's costing me a lot of grief. But if you are going around accusing people of a crime they haven't committed just because you've seen their name on a person of interest list, then we understand it. But look, I'm independent. I'm not a policeman. I'm not a government agency. We're individuals that hate people who scam people. We also hate people who profiteer from taking money from mum and dad investors. And I get it. We all thought, I didn't, but you should have done your due diligence. And you're in the scam whether you like it or not. And I will not be removing anybody's name from any database for any reason because it's of public interest. We are telling people, we have got people that have been out there telling me they have not been part of this opportunity at all. And then next minute I get intel in telling me that they have been at an event and they were talking about it and encouraging somebody it would be a good idea to invest. The same people that were known as some investors have actually not invested themselves, but they've been promoting it. And as soon as we see photos of you with Chris drinking that champagne that has been paid for by investors' money, we're going to put your name on the person of interest list. However, it doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. You might have just all of a sudden saw a guy with a few Lamborghinis. I mean, this guy gives money to charities, right? 7 or 8 charities are all saying to me nothing. I've got a phone call from one charity guy telling me that he used to take money from him, looks a bit shady, don't want anything to do with him anymore. These guys, these people who have taken money as charities will have it clawed back. This is what may happen. I can't say what will happen. But if you've taken money as a charity from Chris Diego and Goliath Ventures, then you're probably going to get it clawed back. If you've invested with Goliath Ventures and got your principal out and taken some money out, that money there has got to go back. One investor was going to withdraw his funds, and he is telling me he's taken 4 months worth of dividends, and now he's going to take his principal back. And I said, hold on. You don't want to take back more than you have put in. If you are up on the ante and we find out about it, you're going to be put on the name of a person of interest. We're going to give it to Homeland Security, and we're going to talk them through what we found out, who we found it out from, and there will be a lot of questions answered. Because my goal and the Avengers' goal isn't here to be silly YouTubers and build my YouTube clicks. It is actually here to help people get back their money who have invested. Now, if it means that your name is in the limelight for a wee while, you didn't do your due diligence. You didn't research. You didn't. I mean, look at this blog. I mean, did you really think that this company, with their bookkeeper and their lawyers, are a company that can handle these large investments? I mean, the video in February, which was February 2024, was telling people they gave out $100 million to investors in 2024. Paid out $100 million worth of dividends in 2024. I get it, but you're involved. If a company makes extraordinary claims and need extraordinary evidence, they won't open their books to anybody. But if they're going to take me through the New Zealand High Court, that's great, because I've got nothing else to do with my time. I work my fingers to the bone. I work around the clock doing this because I hate it. I can't stand these people, and I'll do whatever it takes. I'm not going to back down. I've got no assets. Oh, I actually lie. I have I think a $15,000 car. I now own it. I've never ever owned a car in my life, never, until this one. I think that's right. Maybe I owned a Austin 1100 when I was little, but all the cars, the last 10 vehicles I had, I leased all the vehicles I had, and I paid every 2 years. I just kept upgrading my car. I've had V8s. I've had 3 V8s, lots of, I like those Hyundai Santa Fe Elites. I've had 3 of those. I've had a Suzuki Swift. I actually went to the doctor once and said I wasn't feeling too well. And the doctor said to me, yeah, I was a bit down and I wasn't like motion. I should have talked to the bookkeeper. She would have helped me. But the doctor said to me, he said, hey, Danny, what are you driving? And I said, Suzuki Swift. And he said, Suzuki Swift? And he said, you've always had nice cars. Go out and buy yourself a new car and get out of my office. That was my advice that my lawyer gave. The same lawyer misdiagnosed me when I had a burst appendix within 24 hours, but won't go there. And he actually had a Lamborghini himself, and it was salmon pink, and it cost him $50,000 to have this car painted salmon pink. So my point is, I went out and I leased a brand new R8 Holden, and it was costing me like $1,400 a month. And I had that car for 2 years, and I remember it was $88,000, and I sold it for, I think it was $42,000. So I lost $44,000. Anyway, well, my point is, I don't have this money. I don't have any assets. And I do this because I want to stop these people. As people who know me know, I was brought up in a religious cult, and I'm used to people telling lies. I'm sick of it. The Queen of Karma's in here at the moment. She was also involved in cults. And that's what we do. We fight these bastards for no reward, really. I mean, I've added up how much money I've made out of doing this so far. And for those people who criticize me and give me a hard time, think I'm doing it for the money, $800 is around figure how much money I've actually made from donations and people who support me in what I do. And people go, oh, I'll pay you, I'll give you money once he's locked up. I just don't want to remain anonymous. I get that. I don't mind, and thank you, but you never do it. No one ever supports me when I need it now. I'm probably about to spend $40,000 defending myself in the New Zealand High Court from a scammer who's in another country who's spending everyone's money like it's water. And that's going to cause a lot of grief. It's going to probably upset people and my friends because they know what I'm going through. That's what I'm about to do for you guys. What do I get out of it? It's stupid. And people are telling me, I want to remain anonymous. I get it. But I'm past it. I'm not, as I said, I'm not a government. I'm an individual, and I've had enough. And if I can make a difference, I will go down. I will go down with this. I don't care. And you can't threaten me or gag rip me or slap me, as they call it in the New Zealand High Court. These are slap rips. The university, one of the universities, I can't even name it because it's all confidential, is doing a paper on my last court case because it was a New Zealand landmark court case. The New Zealand Law Society published my case in their magazine, yearly or monthly magazine. They are also trying to get a law change on slaps or gag rits. And my case, my sample is a landmark case. And would you believe that the judge would absolutely amazing. It's all on my website. You have to do a search for either lawsuit or landmark case, and you'll find the articles. And the PDF and the court notes are absolutely incredible. And I am a hero in New Zealand. I'm world famous in New Zealand for what I do. I'm meant to be the biggest scam fighter in Australasia, but I get thrown shit all day long. I get accused. I have somebody who I've actually banned, but I corresponded with 10 times, was telling people that I have child pornography on my phone. And they said they will find the files, Danny. And this is what they're publicly putting on the internet. And I write back with ChatGPT and I write this, and then next thing up comes another person saying the same thing. And this is what I have to defend myself. And then I get weak-minded people who search the internet for information about Danny DeHeck, and they find dirt that scammers have put on the line about me. And it is actually amazing. So one of the ones I've done at the moment, which is really funny, is Blogspot is a website hosted by Google. And somebody has decided to write 15 articles about how I was involved with OneCoin. And I wasn't even around doing this when OneCoin was taking everyone's money. But there's 15 articles on here. So I write to Google and say, can you remove this content because it's not me? And they go, oh, can you prove that you're the company owning and you're the real Danny DeHeck? That's what they asked me to do. So I go, okay. And then I go to the bottom of the website here, and it tells you, which you probably won't see very well, that copyright Danny DeHeck facts, powered by Blogger, designed by Danny DeHeck. So this whole website and this whole information here is actually online by me, theoretically. It was, what do they call it? They're trying to, tarnish my reputation. If they're not talking about you, you're nobody. But people read this and go, oh, you're involved in OneCoin. I found this article on the internet that was published by yourself telling us how bad you are. What bullshit are people going to do? So Christopher now is claiming that he's not concerned about me. And he's going to New Zealand lawyers and he's going to take me down. Why doesn't he just prove that he's making why doesn't he open the books? Why doesn't he show people what he's doing instead of acting like that? Doesn't that make you think, well, we've got so much information, more information we can poke a stick at about Chris and what he's been doing. And no one has really come to us and said that you don't know what you're talking about. This guy's not a fraud. No one has come to us and said you've got your information wrong and this is why. There's been no proof, and that's just zero. I'm going to carry on because I'm going to rant. So sorry about that, but I had to keep going. The OneCoin article does crack me up too, Queen Karma.
Research and analytics. Real funds produce research, economic analysis, market reports, and blockchain risk assessments. Analysts and data scientists provide transparency and insight. Goliath, no reports, no analysts, and no data infrastructure of any kind. Just promotional videos of people in Lamborghinis and private jets with prostitutes.
Yeah, full of it. We've got videos of a guy's flying with him, and there's some lady who, I don't even know if I should say it, but some lady who looks like, let's just call her a lady of the night. And this guy on the other side of the plane's tapping on his seat, telling her to come over here. And then he's like, hi, you doing? Was this really? I love the way it read out Lamborghinis. That was quite funny. Just saying. Private jets and prostitutes. Really, it's just amazing. That's what they do. It's all about, and photos with the FBI. I just love the message I got back from Homeland Security when I sent them that photo. And I said, well, I hope you're stopping them from leaving the country. And I don't think they will, because they just, no offense to Homeland Security. And the people that we're working with there are just amazing. They really are. Honestly, they're absolutely amazing. But they have to go through, they have to follow protocol, and things take time. I mean, one of the investigators messaged me at his time, probably 1 o'clock in the morning. Now, if you work for a government department, I'm pretty sure you're not living the dream, flying around in these jets and drinking that champagne. So these guys are working around the clock to do the best they can as well. And they're overwhelmed with the debts like this. But we've handed it to them on a platter.
Investor relations. Professional firms provide audited financial statements, risk disclosures, and investor reports. They also have full investor relations, IR, departments handling client communication. Goliath, on the other hand, lists David Panzik as partner relations. His background: home building sales and firefighting. No finance, no IR, no institutional experience.
Yeah, so it is actually quite interesting. So this guy here, he does look like a fireman. Is that the one we're looking at? Where's that thing? So this guy here is a fireman, isn't he? Wealth building team. So if we have a look at his, so who did we say this guy was? Partners with his background, partners with home building series. Yeah, so he's firefighter. So if you go to his page here, oh, he's in the London house. There he is, planes. We've got that serial number, haven't we? I think that one's owned by Jackie. Oh, fruit. Oh, there we go. Oh, that looks nice. Oh, off the way to Hawaii. So that's what you do. Passport check-in. Is that with the bouncer? And there they're going to London House. London House. So that's what they're doing. But you go through here and you find out these guys are, just firemen. I mean, it's good if your house is going to burn down, but maybe if your building burned down, it's a bit of a worry, isn't it? So that's David. I must link that through to David's thing. I must remember to do that.
Instead of audited reports, Goliath sent out a MailChimp email titled Goliath Ventures Financial Audit Review. No financial data, no balance sheet, no signatures, not GAAP compliant.
Yeah, so it's hard for me not to interrupt this whole video, but I think you've got to have the evidence, don't you? So if you come in here and you go to Goliath Ventures and you go down here and you look for PDFs, which I'm going to lift PDFs up to the top here. There we go, PDF files. These are all the newsletters that we have got, and these are all sent out to secret people who have invested, but we're not meant to have them, and we've got them all. So just so you know, Chris, every claim in here and every time you mention the word investment, don't mention the word investment. You can't tell people you're investment because it quacks like a duck and walks like a duck, but it's not a duck. It is a duck. And look at this. I mean, this is the one here I have to laugh at. Here he is with the Secretary of, was it the Secretary of the State? Is it Michael Johnson? We are proud to know. Oh, look at this. I mean, this, I can't even highlight that and read that. But you can see this is what he's sending out. Propaganda, photos with the Secretary of the State. Is that right? I've got that right, haven't I? Jackie, it says, Victoria Voice was founded in 2019 by Jackie and David Segal. The daughter Victoria Strategy passed away, and that's why she started it. And I get that. So here he is. We heard he paid over $200,000 to get to be in the White House, and the next minute, he was there donating $2 million to it's shaped like a pyramid. Did you notice that? These triangles. Yeah, it's upside down, this pyramid, though. Maybe they should have done the other way, but would have cut Chris's head off and he would have to go back to the stylist. Oh, they've got a stylist. But yeah, so he's donated. Think about that, but he actually hasn't donated the money yet. It's been pledged. One of their associates said they want the money. There's lots of stuff going on I can't talk about, but they haven't received the money yet. So maybe they don't. Maybe it'd be a good idea not to take the money, just saying. So did I get that one there instead of, we have to read that. Ventures find it audio. Oh, yeah, we did. So there we go. So now we're going to the contrast between the real company and the artificial company.
Real firm equals audited reports, client services, transparent communication. Goliath equals a farce, a firefighter turned salesman, and a fake audit email.
Yeah, fake audit email. That was the one that really sort of like didn't really go down too well. Went down like a bucket of sick, didn't it, Chris? Yeah. Well, should we bring up Chris again? I'll just bring him up again and see if he wants to answer. I'll do a video call this time so you can see me. That might be. He might like doing videos. Maybe if I change my username to a hot chick, it might work better. I'll do a video call. He's watching now anyway. He'll be watching me. Hey, Chris. Can I answer your phone, Chris? Please answer your phone. Just want to wish you happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. A real $500 million investment fund would look like Wall Street operations. Dozens of credentials and professionals, robust compliance, audited financials, and advanced training such as Goliath Ventures, Inc. instead has, and this is the bullet points. All right, Chris has won't answer me. It's ringing, Chris. I know you know it's ringing because you hung up the first time. All right.
A team riddled with prior run-ins with the law and a CEO fired from a fast food restaurant for stealing.
Oh, yeah. Did you get that at the start there? This is Chris. He's in the burger shop here. Well, he got fired for there. He admits it, so that's okay. But he got done for stealing. Meant to have some tickets were meant to have been passed on to management. He decided to take his partner to a Dell instead with the tickets that he got. But now this is what Chris will be doing in the prison. He'll be in the chef room doing the burgers because he'll have past experience at In-N-Out Burger. Isn't that cool? I love ChatGPT. It's my best friend. Look at my shirt. I'm even wearing uniform today. Woo! And somebody bought some merch from me today, a couple of days ago. Thank you very much for buying my merch. I don't expect you to wear it around town, guys. I do appreciate the support I get from my Avengers, but I don't really expect you to be wearing my bright orange shirts. It's more of a sort of an extra thingy there. So what have we got? So we've got a Venture has instead. So what do we have? Riddled CEO fast foods, a bookkeeper, one bookkeeper with a psychology degree. Maybe she should come talk to me sometime, especially when I'm going to get sued in the New Zealand High Court. Oh dear. This is going to be great. I can talk to the bookkeeper. And how much you charge? If you wouldn't mind, let us know your rates. Hey, you might be a better psychologist than bookkeeper. Just saying. What's the next one? 2 convicted compliance officers running both the scheme and the audits. Yeah, does make sense. And as I said, we couldn't find that even though Perry Curry is gone, he doesn't seem to hold any license for doing his activity, which is really, really weird. Strange, isn't it? Especially since he was in the room advising everyone to set up LLC companies and all that sort of stuff.
A DUI criminal defense lawyer instead of a securities attorney.
You got to give it to him. Have we got him there still? I'll just get rid of that one. Have I still got him up? There he is there. So that's Clayton. Listen to his voice. He's quite groovy.
Wanted anything to do with defense work. That's not something I ever thought I wanted to do. I was a cop. I finally found purpose. I enjoyed helping people. And I'm not talking about running around there, giving people speeding tickets and, putting cuffs on Junior because he stole mom's BMW. Nobody gave a shit about it. Can we swear on this?
Yeah, you do.
Nobody cared. Nobody cared about any of that at all. We got to deal with some real heavy hitters.
Oh, he'll be used to dealing with Chris then. He'll know all the laws. He's got a Shaw mic there. They're actually quite a good mic. And you have a really good mic voice there, Eric. So well done you. But go check that out, man. That's quite a funny video. And I don't know if I've got here, but I did actually want to find the other video of him originally. I think it's one of his. I'll have to go to his shorts and see if I can find it. Trial attorney, guilty meaning matter, how to best do it, truth about processing, why you should immediately take the plead, importance of hiring an attorney. Oh, that might be good. Let's have a listen. Let's this one together.
Let's say you're charged with a homicide and you have a really good defensible case. And let's say for argument's sake, the guy maybe didn't actually do it. Okay. The last thing that you want is your lawyer shit in the bed at the 11th hour when it really comes down to try the case. And they just push you into plea at the end because they're terrified to try it. Let's say you're charged with a homicide.
Oh my God. Okay. Shifting complex cases, unravel the shark web. What does a lawyer? Oh, these are quite fun, aren't they?
As long as I'm not ever willing to take a shortcut and just close a case because the case has been going on for too long, the client is starting to annoy the shit out of me, they're not paying me like they've agreed to pay me, and
that might happen
on their payment plan, or they're not honoring it, or there's an excuse why they can't get you whole.
Mm-hmm.
All of those are reasons why lawyers tend to get rid of cases earlier.
Okay. This one?
Not only am I willing to try a case, I will go out of my way to find cases that I could try because I get off on it. I absolutely adore trying cases, and outside of like hanging out with my kids, that's my favorite thing to do.
Oh my God, this is fun. Gotta do another one.
It's very important for someone to understand what the relationship will be like between the client and the attorney because communication is a paramount concern. Now, the hard thing to gauge here is what that communication is really going to be like.
No, that's boring.
Let's say you're charged with a homicide and you have a real
done that one.
The only one that theoretically knows what really happened in the case is your client, and that's the last person you really want to talk to about it. You know what I mean? Because if they really are complicit in it and they really did do it, why do you even want to have that conversation?
Oh my God.
I want to be careful with this because a lot of the prosecutors that I work with are really great people. They're awesome. I love them and I hang out with them socially. But there's some ones that are awful too. And if they get a case, they want to prosecute it because there's a name or a file on a desk, and they're just, some of them are so beaten down and have been drinking this Kool-Aid for so long that if that file's there, that person did it. And the job is to take all of the evidence that the state has compiled on a particular case, go through all of their discovery, and figure out how many machine guns I could fire through it to make it look like Swiss cheese.
Rambo.
Does guilt or innocence matter to a lawyer when taking on a case? Not at all. Unequivocally, no. Because I don't care what you've done. And if
I mean, that says it all, really. You got that? So does he care what they've done? And he goes, not at all. He doesn't care who he represents or what they've done. There's no emotional connection. It's absolutely incredible. So anyway, that's one that we talked about there. No traders, no tech team, no analysts. A firefighter turned salesman handling investor relations. That's really cool. So let's carry on. There's more.
If the money and the returns were real, the people and the infrastructure would be too.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point, Dan. I should put that in the blog. Okay, let's carry on.
This isn't just a missing piece of the puzzle, it's the defining red flag. Goliath doesn't look like a $500 million investment firm.
No.
It looks like performance theater staged to disguise fraud.
It's
And
an
let's be
act.
clear, they've engaged in criminality by raising funds through the illegal sale of securities. That's something no real hedge fund would ever do, because legitimate operators don't want to end up in prison.
Yeah, they don't want to. Hey, just before we have a look at the previous section, I do actually want to go back and, there's Chris again. Now, what we've been threatened with, first of all, our website has been getting denial server attacks. For some reason, they seem to be doing it when the rest of Florida is in bed. But Google Cloud might be hosting our website soon with a bit of luck. And also Google have actually come to the aid, and they also provide me my website is actually hosted, protected by Google Shield. And that means when you go to my website, you get that, not verify you're human, but they're keeping the bots. We have had probably a reservative number, 15 major denial server attacks since we've been doing Christopher Diego's stuff. I can't prove it's done by him, but the timing of it is actually crazy. Now they have got some pretty technical people doing what they're doing, because we normally are protected. So it's quite amazing what they're doing. Now we've got some blogs here. Now you can go to, if you look at these, first of all, if you have a look at, that's too close. If you have a look at, is this 100%? It is. Oh, I've got a problem. See, that's too close. Just too close. I'll fix that. You can see that Queen Akama's got quite a few blogs on here, and I published these blogs. She's actually had quite a few backing up because I was so busy I didn't have a chance to back up her blogs. And then she talked about doing a blog about Patrick Ben David, and I went, I don't know anything about him, never done any research on him whatsoever. And I thought, last thing I really need is probably 2 lawsuits. There's Christopher Hammond's party. So I said, I don't do it. She said, I've already written it. So as I was publishing these other blogs, I decided to have a wee look at what she'd done, and she's brilliant. This is brilliant. So what we've found, there is actually a blog about Patrick Ben David, and you can go read all about it. And it basically is just a portfolio. It's all open source information. We don't make shit up. We don't need to. But interesting enough, what we did find is he was on CoffeeZilla.
One.
And it's worth going and have a look at that video. I haven't watched the whole video myself, but I'm a big fan of Stephen, and I've got his phone number and I can ring him, but I'd rather ring up Christopher and talk to him instead. But I have actually asked a few other YouTubers to actually investigate Christopher and do stuff, and he's one of the ones. I sent him a voice message yesterday. He's a busy guy. Now, to give you an idea, he used to do about 70 videos a year. If you watch one of his videos, he now has a secondary channel, and he sort of publishes about 20 to 25 videos a year. So to get CoffeeZilla to do a video, he just goes to town and research, and a lot of correspondence. Fantastic guy. Another one is Spencer Spencer. I've sort of fallen out with him because he did a video ditching CoffeeZilla. But we do reach out to any other YouTubers. If you are a YouTuber and you want to do a story on what we have, we're happy to actually give you the information that we have so you can build a good story. But my point of this is here, this guy here, they're all the same. And I'm not going to make any accusations, but this guy has got a history of multi-level marketing. And he's just taken $1 million of investors' money from Christopher Diego so he could have naming rights at his the Vault 2025 conference. You know, and he's meant to own the Yankees. I don't know much about him. As I said, I haven't really, but Queen Akama's written a blog about it. But don't be shy. Do go to my website. Support us if you can. We really do need money, especially since I'm going to court now. Oh my God, I haven't been. It's not my first rodeo. I don't know if I can actually landmark. I just want to see if I can find that article. If I search for landmark, I'm pretty sure that's the keyword. Oh, it's taking ages. We're not getting an attack here. Landmark. Ah, there we go. So this is the last guy who tried to sue me in the New Zealand High Court for $3.8 million. And I will put that in the chat room. But if you have a look at that, see, right now, I can't bring this up, but I reckon my site is slow because it's getting attacked right now. And I can prove that, which would be quite good. I can't show you how I monitor my website, but my website is on a go slow right now, and that will be getting a denial server attack. So I'm sure Christopher is probably get on the blower to his mates, and I'm just making this up out of my own head. Do your own research, and he will be telling them to take my website down right now. So what that means is when I click on that there, it will either work or it won't work, and it's not working. So I'm going to tell you right now that my website in real time is getting hacked. It's getting a denial server attack, meaning they're sending like millions of requests to my server and stopping me from, and it's not. So something else is wrong. What's going wrong there? It's only at 4%. So when they attack my server, my 4% thing actually goes up to 100%. And that's sort of what it's like. And with the last attack we got was at 5:30 last night. And then it took our server off twice. So that's quite interesting. I can't show you that because, oh, hold it a minute. Yeah, I can show you this, I think. Oh, no, I can't show you this. All right, so I won't show you that, and I'll shut that screen down in case I get tempted. All right, so as you can see, I'm trying to click on that, and nothing's happening. So I'm actually going to go right-click, open new tab, and see whether that will actually load. But for some reason, that article will not load, and I do not know why, but that is quite interesting. But if you go to my website, I will give you the link. You can read the article. It's actually amazing. And more importantly, if you read the High Court judge's notes, they gave this guy a scolding. This guy, oh, this is the other thing I'm going to tell you. Since this guy, I won the verdict, we have not heard him or seen him ever again. We got him, he disappeared. He's never been on the internet again. He was doing what they call NDAs every couple of 3 days, and we've never seen him again. And this was 2 years ago. Something's wrong there. Anyway, so that's all right. So let's carry on. Now, we want to go through and just give you an update. So that's basically the blog. We've done it. I'm just going to increase this to 175%. And now we're going to go down to the series that we've been doing. So if you haven't been keeping up with current events, pals, why is that not doing what it's meant to do? Sorry, guys, I've got a few problems here. Thank goodness I loaded the screen before we started, because otherwise we would not be able to do what we're doing right now. That's it there, and beautiful. We got it, have we? Nearly. Oh, Tenny's a perfectionist. So so this is number 9. We've produced about 20 videos, and some of them are double ups, but when I record live, I chop this up and I republish it later on for different time zones. So the very first one we showed you guys was the glossy promises and the contracts, and it was Goliath Ventures exposed glossy promises. Is it shaky contracts? And the dark reality of guaranteed returns. So this is it.
Where it all began, inflated promises of 60% returns backed by contracts that were flimsy at best.
Yeah, and then we went into compliance and the compliance illusion. Goliath Ventures, Part 3, Christopher Diego, Mac Burtz, Black Block, and the compliance illusion. And we're going to read these wee paragraphs so we get it right. So this was blog number 2.
The smoke and mirrors routine, how Burks and Black Block tried to pose as independent while being insiders.
Yeah, so it was amazing. I mean, I've done a lot of scams. I mean, you guys don't I don't know if you really get it, but this is my life. This whole database here, which is shared by 7 different government agencies, and also 6 different countries: New Zealand, Australia, America, Canada, and where else was the other one? UK. Is it UK? And also reporters. If you're a reporter and you want to do a story on this, we do give you full access to the areas. But if you go into here, you will see that all these boxes are different scams. This one here, Hyperverse, $1.9 billion scam. America's charged Sam Lee in connection to it because Australia didn't. I've been emailing senators in Australia with no action. It's just ridiculous. Some of these other scams, Trades Technologies, $11 million was stolen from mum and dad investors. The company disappeared. All the promoters were promoting other Ponzi schemes and scams. Every single one of these has got a story. CR Group, New Zealand scam, flagged by the FMA. We've had warnings, which is great. We found real estate agents promoting it, all sorts of things. You'd take a mate out for dinner, and the scammer would pay for your meal if you introduce somebody else into it. Somebody asked me what's happened to Smart Labs. Well, Smart Labs is a massive scam that's happening in Utah with the Mormon church. They're all signing up. We've had a lot of research. It was one of the biggest scams. We've got people on videos here telling people how to do money
Hey
laundering.
everybody, how's everybody doing
So
today?
this guy here was telling people how to do money laundering on a video, for God's sake. And we've got everything behind it all. It's just, we've got 200 scams that we've been investigating. This is not my first rodeo. Nothing that Goliath Ventures has thrown at me I haven't seen before. It's the same shit, but different day. I just can't express that enough. So look at all the information, all these here. On the left-hand side, these are all the ones I haven't had a chance to finish. And they're just... we've got scams like hotel bookings where you'll go review a hotel and give it a 5-star rating, and then they'll pay you money, and then eventually you lose all your money. I just can't get on. But, the People's Project, it just goes on. It just gets dumber and dumber. Talk Fusion. Well, video email. This one's a cracker. We have killed this guy. Marketers. This guy called Randy. Oh, he's not even in there. But these people who've been promoting Talk Fusion, I found her. There he is, Randy. So this guy here is like a Christopher. We've found everything about him, everything. And we've done video after video. We've done about 10 videos on him. And he's got this new thing that he's selling as a multi-level marketing opportunity, and that's called video email. Yeah, no one's ever thought of it before. And it is all multi-level marketing. Ryan Jew, man that's disappeared. No one knows where he is. This is him on his birthday crying. The lady of the night that he hired took this photo and sent it to me. This is the other one. This photo here. This is Ryan, a guy that was involved in a $1.9 billion scam, photos with Donald Trump. This guy here, I don't know who he is. But anyway, Donald Trump, $50,000 he paid to have this photo. If you look at his buckle, which you won't be able to see very clear, it's the same as his crypto coin called Zcash. So these guys pay to get this, so it gives them credibility. We showed you that Christopher, well, not that one. Here he is in the White House, and we know from pretty reliable sources, and I can't say that he's paid, but I do know it was over $200,000 he's paid to actually get into the White House. And we've given this photo to Homeland Security, and the comment was, whoa, that's what they've come back and said to us. This one. I mean, these photos, he's now using these in his propaganda information to tell his investors that he's somebody. This is incredible, guys. This is going to be a Netflix documentary. I'll be famous. It'll be great. The Chamber, they removed all events with Christopher in it. And for some reason, they've decided to leave this logo that doesn't go anywhere anymore. Why have you got... I wrote to them again and said, what the hell have you left this logo? Has he paid for this? He's a platinum sponsor. So he's a platinum sponsor. This organization, I don't know, but I'm assuming he's paid to have this here. And because he's paid to have that here, they're probably under contract to keep his logo on their website, and they haven't done anything wrong. But they don't want to link through as a website. When they've linked through to all the other websites, you just can't make this shit up. Goodbye, Chris. Goodbye, Chris. And then we've got people like Pierce Carey and all this sort of stuff. And then we've got people like this company here, Taylor Financial, who are not involved as far as we were whatsoever. In fact, it looked like Piers Curry was working for their company for at least 2 or 3 years. And now they don't even correspond with me, but instead they remove him from their company. Why would this company not want any association with that guy? Why won't they email me like a professional company and explain they have no dealings with him whatsoever? Everyone's trying to cover up their tracks. So that means that I'm led to believe that somebody in this company may be invested in Goliath Ventures, and they're trying to keep it quiet. Well, you can't keep quiet because I've got a bloody loud voice. Now, even if Chris Diego won't answer his bloody phone because he's too much of a coward, if he criticizes that I don't have much of a following on my YouTube channel, then I've made a hell of a difference to you, Chris, and I've made your life a living hell, and happy birthday to you, I say. Anyway, let's get on there. So then we've found out, obviously, their financial advisors aren't financial advisors because they have no paperwork. Look at this. This is all your money. This is champagne that I would have to work a year for to buy one bottle, and they're drinking it like it's lolly water. You know, look at Chris. Here's Chris partying it up. Look at him going for it, guys. The music is like, look at him. Oh, party boy. Is this how you'd expect the CEO of a company to operate? How to work? Sitting there partying up with your money? For goodness sake, when we showed you Morgan, the bank, do you know who the CEO is? And do you see him partying up like this? Do you see a bookkeeper dissolving her company? We thought they were trying to cover their tracks. Here's a bookkeeper who's got a psychology degree dissolving her company because Chris said you better dissolve your company and move it to Wyoming because Wyoming's laws are a lot slacker. And there she is now re-registered the next day, the 2nd of September, I think it was. And it's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. You just can't make this shit up. And look, and as I said earlier on, they hire new people, a stylist. They announced to the world that they now have their own stylist. Oh my God, really? Is that it? Imagine this. You are accused of running a big Ponzi scheme in Florida. And what do? You hire a stylist and you announce to the world on your LinkedIn profile, check me out on LinkedIn. In the last 2 months, I've had 1 million views on my content. I've been going after this Pakistani scams. I'm actually a wanted man in Pakistan, just saying. I've got 3 court cases pending. Rob, I can't talk to you right now. I've got 3 court cases pending. How do I shut this up with this new thing? Message, remind me later. An hour. Rob, I'm not getting on. But anyway, Rob's my one of my Avengers who used to be my sidekick. Anyway, so what I'm saying here is we've got the stylist announced, LinkedIn, 1 million views. So in Pakistan right now, the biggest scammer in Pakistan, now the software houses that I've been going after, the software houses industry in Pakistan is worth $3.4 billion a year. And I've been doing an investigation. I've been on Juice. I've been in the media over there, Indian newspapers as well. And I've been exposing the biggest scammer in Pakistan. His name, I don't even know how to pronounce his name, so I have to have a piece of paper in my office. And it says Azneem Bawani. I got it right. And also have Delgado, because I can't say Christopher Delgado, so I have to have a piece of paper that helps me pronounce these names. And also Goliath, I have to have it phonetically sound because I don't pronounce very well. So I'm dyslexic. People pick on me. They go after me personally. As I said, I've had people on the internet writing content, trying to defame me, discredit me. They make fun of me because I don't pronounce my words correctly. I don't have a big following. And this is the criticism I'm getting from Christopher Diego. And here's a guy that you're claiming is a nobody taking you down. The headlines are going to read, YouTuber takes down $500 million company. And that's how it's going to read. I can do it. And I've done it. I've been in Bloomberg, but, I get threatened on a daily basis. And here they are putting announcements out about their stylist and their head of security who's a party boy. It's just crazy. They've got stupid lawyers. There's no doubt about that. Morgan and Stanley associates. If you're working for Morgan and Stanley and you're handling Chris's money, you've got some serious shit coming your way. Just saying. Facebook, well, they have banned me. They reported my Instagram account. I don't even use Instagram. I got punched by a 15-year-old kid, and I videoed him while he was doing it, would you believe? Put that on Instagram. I think about 4 million people viewed it. That was the only thing I'm going to miss about my Instagram account. The kid rang me up afterwards and said, Can you remove the video? Imagine this. Police do nothing. When I was in a shop and we trespassed the guy and he punched me. And while I was trespassing him, I was holding the phone up, recording him, and he punched me. And then when the police come and they said, oh, he's under 14, we can't do anything about it. His mate come in just after he punched me wearing a full balaclava set, and he also punched me. I videoed that as well. Well, we had security cameras and I was holding my camera at the time. Long story short, the kid rang me up a week later asking me if I'd remove the video because he's getting death threats. But I said to him, I said, why don't you go to the police and see what they'll do about it? They do nothing. But, that's so they've removed the denial server attacks. I'm assuming it's them. It's pretty hard to say it's not. I've already had my Facebook account removed because I report pages that promote scams. The scammers reported me to Facebook and they removed my Facebook account about a year and a half ago. And just the other day, Chris's Clad have been reporting my Instagram account. And but I'm still on Reddit, which is a really good place to search for Christopher Diego and Goliath Ventures. Go to Reddit, you'll find the post, contribute. Your voice, if you can hide your identity, which a lot of people want to do, go into Reddit, search, go to LinkedIn, add me on LinkedIn, comment on my LinkedIn stuff. I have 1 million people view my content in the last 2.5 months, 1 million impressions on my content on LinkedIn. I'm big on LinkedIn, if you haven't figured that out. What else have we got here? Obviously, we've got Patrick, Ben David on CoffeeZilla. I've begged CoffeeZilla to be my friend. I've just sent him a message yesterday. I hope he responds. I'll let you know. This is what's happening to my website. So if you go to my website, you can see that I'm temporarily error. This is a live denial server attack happening right now. And I'm just going to go there and see whether I need to click a button. But this is what these guys are doing. They don't want my content online. Why would a company, would a normal standard company treat people like they're treating me? Is this fair game? Should we just let these criminals go for it? This is ridiculous. So I'm just going to have a look now and see. Yes, so there was a server attack, and it was, I can't show you the graph, unfortunately. Or can I? I might be able to show you this graph. Just to give you an idea. Yeah, I'll just see if I can. I don't want to. The problem is I can't show people where my website's hosted because it's private. So I'm going to do a screenshot of what I can show you and make sure I'm not incriminating myself. Whoopsie daisy, where did it go? Oh, there it goes. All right, so this is what it looks like if you're in my life. Where the hell's it gone? There it is. Okay, I'm really good at this. Okay, so this is what a denial server attack looks like. So what we have is droplets, right? So this is in the last hour. Now, CPU is where they crash you. So the CPU got up to 75%. When it gets to 100, I have to run a command. So I literally sit here monitoring my website, waiting for these commands. I think the purple represents public outbound traffic. So this is like, I don't even know how to read these graphs. I've got a server person that looks after all this shit, and we've given this to Google, and they're actually fighting our battles for us, which is fantastic. And the service I use with Google is only available to journalists who have a story to be told, and they protect me. But at the moment, these guys are using smart technology, which even is curling the toes of my admin guys. But that's what's happening right now. So when you go to my website, if I hit refresh, you'll see it now loads. A few minutes ago, it didn't load it. But this was the case. So if you went and searched my website for Landmark, you can see the last court case. And it was a landmark verdict. I got awarded $27,500 for my court fees. My actual court fees were $33,600. Left me a deficit of $8,500. Because I don't have any money, legal aid, the taxpayer of New Zealand actually pays my legal fees. And because they cap it at so much, they actually sent me, I basically have to pay $5,000 for the court case. And because I don't have any money, they let me pay it at $15 a week, which seems to have not been coming out of my bank account lately. So I don't know what's going on there. You can download the PDF. The PDF was actually the judge who handled the case. And you can go through here and read it word for word. It is absolutely breathtaking. So let's just say I've got it wrong. Let's just say that Christopher does go to the New Zealand High Court and he does do what he's telling everyone he's doing. They never do, but they might do. And I don't want it, but if it happens, it happens. I'll just carry on with it. My lawyers actually said they would relish the day in court. That's how we got to the correspondence. But my point of this whole conversation is the fact that if you read that PDF, that the lawyers that the judge actually wrote to the plaintiff, you would see that this is not something that Christopher Delgado would actually want to have. A proper CEO wouldn't want to have a scolding message from a judge, and they even tried to change everything. It was just an absolute joke. My lawyers are fantastic, and my lawyers took the case on because they hate scammers. I actually got legal aid, and these lawyers had never worked for legal aid before. So normally $800 an hour lawyers, they were working for $200 an hour on my case, because that's all the taxpayer will pay a lawyer. And I don't have to pay for it, and I'm not trying to abuse the tax system in any which way at all, but every New Zealander is entitled to a fair court case. So I'm very, 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 and I say very, 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 up to speed with how the New Zealand court system works. But if you wanted a bit of a laugh and you're having a cup of tea, go check out my last court case. And as you can see in real times, ladies and gentlemen, these guys are trying to stop my website from being live. I'm actually literally watching it right now, and we're back down to, I think, 2 or 3%. And you can go to theheck.com. That's where it all happens. All right, that's good. And you'll see all my videos, the whole 9 yards. And also, if you want to reach out to me, I will go down this track again. My social media is all the way across the top. If you want to go into Reddit and read the correspondence, you can see that I publish quite a lot of my correspondence, what's happening in Reddit. And it's really, really good because a lot of people have these quirky avatar names and we don't know who's who. So you can have your 2 cents worth and keep your self anonymous. So I'm going to keep going on here. We've only got a little bit more to go and then we'll call it quits. But we've got blog number 4, Bookkeepers Vanishing Act. We talked about how Ms. Bringas had moved to a company, shut down a company in Florida and moved it over to Wyoming. For what reason, we don't know. Only other reason we can think of is something shady is going on.
When the money trail grew hot, Bringas dissolved her company in Florida overnight and popped back up in Wyoming.
It's amazing. So we had fake audits, pull your money out while you can. That was our topic on that video.
A so-called audit that turned out to be nothing more than a MailChimp blast with zero financial data.
Yeah, and then that audit, I mean, that was just the biggest joke ever, man. It really, really, really was. Number 6 is, I always get this name wrong.
FinCEN.
Yeah, so if theoretically, if you want to do business right, you've got to have a FinCEN registration, and they don't. So we're in this blog, and you can just come to this blog. It's in the description of the video you're watching right now. Click that We Tell You More button that YouTube won't make any bigger. Go in here, and you'll find the link to this very blog. You can go in here and check out every bit of information. But like I said earlier on, nobody is coming back to me, and they don't believe he's not running a Ponzi scheme. Everyone says he's definitely running a Ponzi scheme, and we were pitched it, and we didn't invest. I get that story every day. So the collapse and clawback. So you've made money, you've got away, and you keep your mouth shut. Well, don't do that because we'll find you. And if you find out you're going to get clawbacks. So if you're a charity or you're anybody, blog number 7 was all about how they're going to get clawbacks. You don't want those in your life. So let's just read that.
The unraveling accelerates. Clawbacks loom and indictments draw closer.
Yep. So one investor, nearly $3 million worth of profit and also got his profit back. Unfortunately, that will be clawed back. And that will be shared amongst people who have invested and lost their money. So if you've lost your money because Chris is buying too much champagne and flying around in his Learjet, obviously some of that money's gone. You won't get it all back, but I'm sure they'll get as much back as they can. The people I know that I'm dealing with, their main focus is getting the money back. We can't help you if you don't help yourself. We need your names. We need your details. You can do it anonymously, but please do give us an email address or a phone number where we can contact you. I'm not here to name and shame individuals that were investors. I'm here to stop people who are still promoting this. These guys in his inner circle, they're naughty people. They need to be stopped and they need to be named and shamed. And if you hear anyone pitching this to you, I need to know their names. I'll keep that. That's the sort of leads that we're really looking for. As I said, I've got about 10 new people to add into the name and shame list. This is coming from members of the public who are telling us to research them. Make sure you check out Patrick, Ben, David. I go, okay. I don't really want to go after the big guys. Also, there's lots of charities involved because he's paying off people. Here he is with photos with the head of the FBI. I mean, that's crazy. Isn't it crazy, Mr. Patel? Unreal.
Breaking down why Goliath's contracts were never legal in the first place, a fatal flaw in their setup.
Yeah, so they were never legal in the first place. So all the contracts that they have are worthless. As we said in many videos, they shut down their company in the state of Florida. So there is no, unless they've asked you to renegotiate or agree to the fact that you know that that company has been shut down in Florida and moved over to Wyoming, then your contract's worth shit. And that's what we talked about in this blog here. And what a real fund looks like. Obviously, this was this video, so it's here as well. But do check out those videos. We love your comments. You can go all the way to the bottom down here, and you can actually provide a comment. You can do this totally anonymous. Just use anonymous@gmail.com. I will publish every comment that's put there, and I'll also write a reply. If you look at my website over here on the right-hand side, you can actually see we've got popular blogs, and if you click on recent, you'll see recent blogs, and you click on comments, you can actually see people here have been posting links. So, for example, somebody posted a link to a government document where one of the guys was Nick, I think it was. So somebody posted this. We've got this information, but it was quite good. So if you search for Nick, Nick, there it is. So here's one of their guys, in a, I have to read it.
United States settles False Claims Act allegations against Trinity Medical Pharmacy and principals for more than $2.2 million.
Yeah, so read through these documents. Well, we've got all the documents. We've got so much information. And yes, please do hold off on doing your Tony Roberts deep dive. Just Queen of Kami. I don't want too many lawsuits under my belt. They don't threaten me, guys. As I said, this is my life. You've got to know me, guys, well enough. And this is what I do. So, look, I just want to call it quits there. I don't think I can offer anything except please do come forward. Go to my website. Obviously, use the contact us button. Email danny@dheck.com. danny@dheck.com. Just reach out to me. Let me help you. A lot of people have come forth with information that's been a great value to us. But as I often say, I'm Danny Dheck, a.k.a. the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. I'm here to name and shame anyone running or promoting a Ponzi scheme or a scam. And I just want to thank you for being here with me and listening to my live. And we'll see you in the next one. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell and you'll be notified when new videos come out. I'm trying to do one of these every day, and I've done this video at a better time that suits other people, and I've had more viewers in this live video than I do normally. That's because I'm on the bottom of the world, and my timing is different, and I do need to sleep every now and again. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you. I love you all.